Well, good morning, everybody. For those of you I haven't met, I'm John Tuttle. I'm Vice Chairman of the New York Stock Exchange. And on behalf of our entire team, a very, very warm welcome and congratulations on the 150th anniversary of Kimberly-Clark. Now, there are a few organizations that can trace their roots back 150 years. And in the case of Kimberly-Clark, there is a direct line to the people and the products that for over 150 years have led to better care for a better world. And it has been our privilege to be your partner on that journey. And we're thrilled to highlight this milestone with today's opening bell. Now, on a typical day, the opening bell is the most highly viewed news event in the world. So no pressure, Mike. And it's going to be an amazing way to highlight Kimberly-Clark before an audience of global investors, but also current and future customers as well. Now, some of you may be aware, we recently celebrated our own anniversary here, 230 years earlier this year. Yeah, well, and while so much has changed over 2 centuries, our core mission has remained the same. It's to help great companies access capital to do great things, being able to grow and expand their business, launch new products, tap into new geographies, and along the way, create jobs and improve quality of life across this country and around the world. And importantly, it's also an opportunity for investors, so large institutional investors, but also individuals saving for their children's education, their retirement, or even their own financial freedom, the ability to be part of that journey as well. And that's why we're so honored to highlight Kimberly-Clark. 150 years ago, 4 friends in Neenah, Wisconsin, decided to take some used rags and linens and open the Globe Mill and turn it into a paper product. And they launched a company. And through hard work, determination, and wavering commitment to excellence and to your customers, Kimberly-Clark has grown into a company that has over 175 products in over 175 countries. You've created over 46,000 great jobs directly, probably multiples more indirectly. And your products touch 1/4 of the world's population, nearly 2 billion people each and every day. And if you talk to the team, if you listen to Mike's earnings calls and his speeches and remarks, and you know anything about the company, well, it's been 150 years. You guys are just getting started. So thank you for being a member of and setting the standard for the greatest community of companies on earth. Please join me in giving a very, very warm welcome to Mike Hsu. Congrats.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Please.
Well, Eileen, we're going to have John do all my interviews today.
Yeah.
And I'm not on Instagram. I have my notes here that my remarks are here. So first of all, I want to thank you, John.
Thank you.
And everybody at the NYSE for a big welcome here today. This is a very special event for us, obviously, as we mark our 150th anniversary. It's a very exciting day for all of our employees here in the room and around the world. We started off, as you mentioned, as a little old paper company in Neenah, Wisconsin. We're proud of our heritage, where we still run the majority of our North American operations there today. So Neenah is a very important place in our hearts. But today we're also, as you mentioned, John, very proud that we operate in about 175 countries and serve about 1/4 of the world's population every day. So we're very proud of that heritage. Vision and innovation, our purpose of better care for a better world, caring for others has been core to our founding and our culture. And so we're proud that our founding principles still hold very true today, which I'll read off, which is manufacture the best possible product, serve customers well, deal fairly with employees, and finance expansion out of earnings, which means we're conservative financially. Or Nelson, disciplined financially.
That's right.
So the company has a very, very bright future, as you mentioned. We're very excited about it. As I reflect on our future, I think the next 150 years are going to be more exciting than the past 150 years, and the past 150 has been amazing. I see us making an impact on billions of lives around the world every day. And I see our teams working really, really hard to fulfill our purpose of better care for a better world, and that means serving our consumers and customers well, taking care of our employees, and taking care of our communities around the world. So thank you for having us here today. We're very excited to be here.
Thank you. We have a couple of traditions here. So We have a couple of traditions here, one of which is for every bell we strike a medallion. So on the front side of this is an image of our facade, and on the reverse side is an image of a tree. So there's some ties to paper there. There we go. But it's a buttonwood tree, and that's what we were founded under 230 years ago by 24 merchants that were trading bonds that had been issued by the newly formed government. Helps remind us of our roots and our humble beginnings. But it's our small way of saying thank you for the partnership we've had for nearly a century, and the one we'll hopefully have for centuries to come as well. So congratulations.
Beautiful.
Thank you
Very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. And for everybody else here, we have a slightly smaller version of Mike's medallion, so feel free to grab one of these either on your way down to the trading floor when you come back up, but keep it in your pocket, keep it on your desk. It's our small way of saying thank you for helping build a truly iconic global company that's done so much good for so many people. And the last thing we have to give out, and it's rare to present one of these. I don't think I can't recall when we've had another opportunity. This is your 150th anniversary certificate. And so this obviously symbolizes that, like I said at the onset, you have not only set been a member of this community, but set the standard for all companies for over 150 years. So congratulations. Here's to 150 more.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Cool.
There we go. I hope to see it proudly on display at headquarters.
Yeah,
So.
we can't wait for 300.
There we go. That's right. So perfect. So in a moment, we're going to make our way down to the trading floor. And there are two rules when we're down there. So the first one is if you see somebody running toward you, move out of the way. Hopefully it's a buy order coming in for Kimberly-Clark, and we get that in on the open. The only other one is have fun. I know you all work really, really hard to build an amazing company, and there's a lot of high performers that are in this room today. So take a moment to celebrate yourselves and what you've built for your customers, and make some noise, have some fun. The more noise you make, the more Kramer and CNBC has to talk about you. So have a lot of energy out there as well. Those of you with a blue stripe on your badge are going to be joining on the Bell podium. Those without a blue stripe will be just beneath with the best seats in the house. But
good morning and welcome to the New York Stock Exchange. And on this exciting day celebrating Kimberly-Clark, ticker symbol KMB, a 150-year milestone anniversary since it was first founded. Two iconic institutions coming together in celebration. We are perched up high above the trading floor. I am joined here with my colleague and co-host Pete Ash. Good morning.
Good morning. Exciting day. I mean, as the historian, always love when we have this. Company ringing the bell today that's older than actually our opening bell.
Yes, yes. And you're like the perfect co-host to be doing this with me because you obviously know a lot of history about the institution. We were just talking about how Kimberly-Clark has been listed with us for nearly a century. Our institution is 230 years old, and it's just two iconic institutions coming together in celebration. And you can help facilitate this conversation because you know so much about what goes on here.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you think about 1872, the country's coming out of the Civil War, Reconstruction, the companies that really we founded that time really built this country as we know it today. And a company like Kimberly-Clark, not only are they coming to market not only coming to found in 1872, they come to the market in 1929. Yes. I mean, this is a company that's made it through the trials and tribulations of industrialization, of markets up, markets down, continuing to bring better care for a better world. See that on the up on the facade this morning as I walked up Wall Street.
Yes. It's such an amazing experience, and we were actually talking about how Kimberly-Clark has been listed with us for nearly a century, and that, what was it? They're number 47 out of the 50 companies who have been listed with us for the longest, and I mean that's just such an amazing milestone, and we're just so happy to be a part of this celebration.
Yeah, and you think about that, not one of the 50 longest companies, one of the 100 oldest companies on the New York Stock Exchange. I mean, we could just throw these numbers around. But the biggest thing today, though, is that 105th anniversary behind us. You can maybe hear the din of the trading floor, waking up, ready to open the market. And when those 100 million people tune in this morning to watch opening bell, they're going to see the Kimberly-Clark name. They're going to see your colleagues up there on the bell podium, as well as the picture of your colleagues all over the exchange. You can see some of them flashing behind us on the floor.
Absolutely, and what a way to celebrate having your chairman and CEO, Michael Hsu, ring the opening bell. And as Pete was just saying, it's really going to be like a Hollywood movie set, right? Your company is going to be at this bell podium. Michael Hsu is going to hold down that opening bell button for 10 seconds as 150 million viewers from around the world will have all eyes on your ticker symbol, your company, KMB Kimberly-Clark. And again, this is the most watched news event to happen in the world. So again, whether it's your investors that are currently watching, employees, team from near and far, or potential investors, all eyes are on Kimberly-Clark today. And it's a great day because futures are also pointing up. They're a little bit higher up than they were yesterday. So again, it's going to be a great day of celebration.
Definitely, and so what's going to happen with that opening bell, as you mentioned, is that we have our human trading floor, and that's, if you think about these two companies around for so long, the people that have built them, the generations of people come here to the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, help open that market. We're going to see that today, with that technology obviously playing a major role of lifting the market open, but the human element, see the people on the trading floor, hear the clapping. I hope wherever you are back home, you're going to be clapping and cheering it as well.
And that's a good point. Kimberly-Clark is a powerhouse of innovation, much like we are here at the New York Stock Exchange. You're a part of our family, and unlike any other institution, unlike any other trading floor in the world, we really try to implement that human element, and you get a designated market maker who stands with your company day in, day out for, whether it's today, tomorrow, the weeks and months to come. You have that person who is standing with your stock pricing it out. And actually, we're taking a look now at John Tuttle and your team walking over to the trading floor. We are going to listen in, and we'll meet them on the trading floor, and we'll pick it up from.
Yeah, so they're actually, it's hard to tell because you can't see where they are, but they're actually about 100 feet above us. This building opened in 1903. By that point, you guys have already been around for over 30 years doing what you were doing. You had 7 plants operating, most in Wisconsin, but you already had moved a couple to New York by then. They're going to work their way down to the elevators. It's going to take them a little bit of time because, our building opened in 1903. Our elevators are not the quickest.
Although, fun fact, our elevators were the fastest in New York City when this building was first established. Isn't that correct? Yeah, and we're going to see them walk through, I like to call a technology maze through all the computers and everything on the trading floor, following a blue line you'll see in just a few minutes. And again, it is an active trading floor. And like we were just talking about, we will see your designated market maker that they're pricing out your stock, and they stand with it and really monitor the performance of it to ensure that you are getting the best quality service from that human element as well as capital element here at the New York Stock Exchange.
Exactly, and your market maker GTS has been, the people that have been on the floor for that, they've been making markets for decades. But it's interesting to think about, this floor opened in 1903. So all the companies that moved in, there's very few companies that are listed today that moved in with those traders in 1903, and one of those was KMB. Yes. So now you're seeing them enter that trading floor. Trinity mentioned that blue streak that's going to lead them from where they are to the opening bell. They're checking out the ceiling. Maybe we'll get you a shot of that later. This is the largest, when this building opened, the largest indoor space in North America. One of my personal favorite facts, this is the first air-conditioned building, and you think about that, today it's a little bit cooler, but yesterday it was in the high 70s. Yeah. You enjoy a cooler day off the streets of New York. And as they're walking their way through, you can see those are the market maker booths. You see GTS, and we're going to listen in.
For 150 years, Kimberly-Clark has been a company with world-class inventors, bringing new products that improve the lives of people around the world. We've created entire product categories that people never imagined and sparked conversations that challenge stigmas and champion progress. In the next 24 hours, nearly 2 billion people will use a Kimberly-Clark product. That's something we're very proud of. And it makes you wonder, what will Kimberly-Clark achieve in the next 10 years, the next 25 years, the next 150 years? Imagine a future where Kimberly-Clark makes a difference in the lives of every person around the world. Imagine for our consumers, we unlocked new product possibilities to improve their health and well-being. For all those important moments and for all the new changes, we're there. We've removed barriers to life's greater opportunities forever, helping women and girls chase and change their destinies. Imagine for our planet. We operate with a significantly reduced environmental footprint, with even more sustainable products and practices than we have today. We continually sustain and reinvigorate our natural systems, supporting forest-dependent communities and helping water-stressed regions. Imagine for our people. Kimberly-Clark is a powerhouse of innovation and the best talent. We have the safest facilities, and our teams reflect the diversity of our consumers. We create jobs and opportunities in underserved communities, giving future generations a better world than they started with, and the power to make it even better. How will we do it? It starts with you, and we'll do it together as one KC. We are purpose-led, performance-driven. Our people have the passion and the capabilities to create generational change, bringing a new level of care to our customers and consumers that exceeds the competition. After 150 years, we've only just begun.
And we are on the trading floor now. The crowd is gathering behind us. If you take a look, they're taking selfies and pictures and getting really excited, posting all over social media. You know, it's a big deal to be on the trading floor of the New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah, not very few people get to do it. It's behind us. Your executive team's going to work their way up to the Bell podium. They just signed the Distinguished Guest Book. That doesn't even go back as long as you've been listed. That only goes back to the 1940s, but all of our bell ringers sign it, add their name to that, and really mark that they were here,
And from thought leaders to innovators to creators, entrepreneurs, their names are all along the long line of people who have signed that guest book. And again, let's talk about the significance of that, Pete.
Yeah, well, I'm biased. I always like the history of the older companies, and you think about that. There are the people coming to market today, the innovators who are bringing the companies to market that the technology they're built on didn't exist 5 years ago, let alone 15 years ago. But the companies have been innovative over time, continually to reimagine their business, get better, improve, bring back value to their investors and the shareholders. Companies like Kimberly-Clark, those are the ones whose names you go back and you flip through and you really appreciate their longevity.
And it's really amazing to be a part of that long lineage that we have here at the New York Stock Exchange. And, being here on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, it's something that doesn't happen often. But we're going to take another look at a company video, and we'll be right back.
150 years.
Kimberly-Clark is celebrating 150 years, and they've taken care of me and my wife and my family, and I'm very proud to say I'm a Kimberly-Clark employee.
The products that we make, the tissue, the baby care, the child care, the wet wipes, all of those things go to make the world a better place.
I believe in Kimberly-Clark, and our people make the difference.
My hope for Kimberly-Clark is that Kimberly-Clark will continue to invest in people to continue to be successful and have another 150 years.
So what I hope for is a better tomorrow, and everybody around the world having access to our products that make their lives a little bit easier.
Here at Kimberly-Clark, I like the fact that we work safe, we work together, we strive as a team to accomplish goals.
The best way to learn is hands-on experience. Nobody will ever leave you behind or never let you fall.
Kimberly-Clark gives us a hope that there's still good things to come.
Kimberly-Clark, they take care of their people. They've done it from day one, and they can provide for generations to come.
I've been at Kimberly-Clark 25 years. I love Kimberly-Clark. It's an awesome company.
And it's a great company to work for.
And with 150 years, we're looking forward to 150 more.
All right, so we just heard from just a few of the 45,000 fellow employees, hopefully all watching in this morning. We are getting close. I'm looking at the clock over my shoulder. We're a little over a minute away from that opening bell, but really the excitement is going to start at 9:20, 9:30 with all the people behind us starting to cheer, clap. We hope back home you do that the same as well.
Yes, exactly. Whether you're having a coffee or a cocktail, all eyes are on your company today. Again, it's the most watched newscast to happen in the world, and over 100 million people are going to be watching Kimberly-Clark ring that opening bell, opening the U.S. equity markets. And as you hear, the crowd is starting to get
here we go.
excited. Yes. There you have it. The U.S. equity markets are open for trading. Everybody got extremely excited. They actually started early. I was impressed.
Yeah, they must have had their coffee this morning. Yes. They were excited and raring to go.
Ready to go, ready to go. And again, this is still an active trading floor, so at some point you might see a few traders running back and forth. You know, sometimes it really gets intense. Hopefully, again, they're I don't even know. I'm just.
Yeah, I mean, let's just talk about that market. You know, you mentioned it was looking up. It did open up.
Yes.
But one of the interesting things is that because we do have the human element, is
our designated market maker.
Our designated market maker, our human element, they basically make sure that the stock is ready to open. Always, you know. Not that it's always going to go up or down. They don't control that, but they make sure that it trades fair and orderly. Something they've been doing here since 1903 on this trading floor, but also have been doing since 1871. We introduced the practice a year before Kimberly-Clark was founded. So really, you know, we have over 150 years experience of operating these markets in the way we're doing right now.
And decades of people, like I said, thought leaders, entrepreneurs, celebrities even, who have been in and out of these doors on the trading floor, ringing the opening bell with us. And, you know, let's talk about the process of what's going to happen now. So they have just rang the opening bell. Now they're going to take, I like to call, a secret staircase to the wall signing, and they're going to etch their name on a piece of real estate that has been a part of this just really an iconic moment.
Yeah, I mean, etch sounds much more formal than it is. They're going to graffiti the wall, you know, and that's one of the fun parts.
Being nice. Yeah.
Is that, you know, everyone on the bell podium, because, you know, we talk about distinguished guest book. The bell ringer gets to sign that. You see the bell ringer standing front and center, but there are people around them. And every company chooses who that is, and so you hopefully recognize some familiar faces up there. And now that you said, they get to sign their name right on the wall of that New York Stock Exchange. So that way, in 25 years, when you come back for 175 years, in 150 years, when you come back for 300, you'll see those signatures, probably a little faded by 150 years from now.
And speaking of coming back, you know, we want this to be, you know, sort of, I mean, it's already been a sort of marriage that you have with the New York Stock Exchange, but we want you to come back for investor days, celebrations, milestone events, anniversaries like today, you know, 150-year anniversary celebration. So we always love hosting you and, you know, celebrating and being a part of the moment with you as well.
Yeah, and that's really part of that partnership. I love that marriage.
Yes,
I've been here before. But, you know, before we go back, we're going to do a video real quick.
I have worked at Kimberly-Clark for 32 years. Better care for a better world is caring about what you do, caring for the people, not just the people at work, but caring for the people outside of work as well. I'm proud to work at Kimberly-Clark.
All right, we're back on the trading floor. We were watching your CEO up there. I wasn't sure he was going to come off before the closing bell got time to ring.
Oh, no. I mean, he's still enjoying the moment. Let's take a look behind. Oh, well, not actually. I think they're heading down the staircase right now to sign their name on the wall, but they were definitely relishing in the moment. You know, it's just such an exciting experience, again, to be here at the New York Stock Exchange.
Definitely. You know, and it's one of the things, you know, it's one of the perks of the job, ringing the opening bell. But, you know, you can see behind us that the floor is now, it's quieted down a little bit.
Yes, yes. And he's signing the wall
He's signing
right
the wall
now.
right now, so we're gonna try to capture that as well as he adds his name. You know,
Graffitiing
the wall. And really, you know, it's been a pleasure to have you all here today. I know your executive team is just getting started. You're gonna do a lot of press. You're gonna take advantage of being part of this.
Absolutely.
As the producer of the podcast, I hope in a few weeks you listen to two of your executives appear on Inside the Ice House.
Yes, yes. No, it's definitely, you know, an exciting day, and the celebration is going to continue again, honoring 150 years of Kimberly-Clark, and we were so happy to be a part of it, to celebrate this milestone with you. Again, they couldn't got to this point without having such a dedicated, hardworking team as yourself, and, you know, hopefully we'll be celebrating many more milestones very soon.
I mean, in 7 years, come back for your 100th listing anniversary.
We're sending the world a message that Wall Street is the home of small business.
The idea that by believing in the power of connections, the power of feeling like you belong and being kind can literally change the world.
I want to thank the people, the ones that are behind the scenes, the ones that make it happen.
Congratulations to the entire Toast team for reaching this monumental milestone. You pulled this off.
This is our opportunity to make business and technology work in harmony.
If you think about the number of companies that have walked through here, they all had this amazing moment.